I was told by Colin that I was probably gonna have to do that.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Wilson High School Marching Band. And the Harrisburg High School Marching Cougar Band performing at halftime.
I don't know what I'm doing. Yes.
M&T Bank supports and encourages interscholastic athletics and is pleased to be an active member in the community served by District 3. M&T Bank is proud to partner with PIAA District 3 as the title sponsor of District 3 championship events. M&T Bank extends its best wishes to all of the participants in this year's District 3 football championships and extends its thanks to all of the families, coaches, and officials who make these championships possible. M&T Bank, understanding what's important.
Where should I put this telex thing? Well, no, I mean, like, I have the headset on, but I'm talking about, like, the, yeah. Thank you. Alright, I got it clipped on, so. So who's all on and I got that. Yeah, I got that. Tim is missing his hat, and I know exactly what it is. No, it's the football players. Yeah. Yeah.
We'd like to remind you that DVDs of tonight's game can be purchased by going online to WilsonBulldogFootball.com. Click on the DVD link at the bottom of the page. Single game purchases are $12. Season deals also available. That's WilsonBulldogFootball.com.
Okay. Wait, you want me to go until they're in the middle of the field? Okay. Okay. So, like, the last person that goes through it, I'll, like, just stay on them. Okay.
Now it's time to stand up and cheer. Here come the Bulldogs.
Somebody had the fantastic idea to put a camera on the field that crack lens. So like this up here, it wobbles. My camera? No, over there. Oh, okay. So are you gonna just like we're gonna run everything, but that feed from that camera's gonna suck. Yeah. Yeah. Do you have gloves? Dude, do you have extra gloves? I'll give you mine. I'll be in the truck. Okay. I really need them.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our guests, the Harrisburg High School Cougars. Take a moment to introduce our game officials. The referee is Eric Updegrow, the umpire, Jeff Geringer, the head linesman, Robert Sheely. The line judge is Timothy Staub, the field judge, Bradley Brown. The side judge is Brian Horner, the back judge is Douglas Wise. Our chain crew, Lou Mayero, Wayne Lucas, and Robert Walker. Our timer, Roger Sager. And the scoreboard operator, John McGalla. The message board operated by Linda Houck.
Hey, hey Tim, do you want your hat back?
I'll at least wait for the game to start.
I'm cold.
Tell them that tell them it's coming down.
Do you know Mr.
I know the name.
I'm in media, but I'm not in media. And he was like, hey, you want this badge? And I was like, yeah. And then he asked me, are you in media? And I was like, kinda. And he's like, well, if you're not, get out of my truck. I was like, he's like, go do this. I was like, okay. I got it. I have to have my hands here like all the time unless it's like locked. And they're always gonna be moving. Oh my god. Everything sucks.
You're not going to be in that truck where it's nice and warm. You're not going to be in that truck where it's nice and warm.
Yeah.
Cougars will be receiving the opening kickoff.
Can you hear me? Okay. Someone has theirs on and wind is going into it. Someone turn theirs off because it's going right.
Coming onto the field, our junior ROTC color guard tonight, Captain Bailey Place, Staff Sergeant Seth Orlick, Sergeant Owen Thunder, Private Jordan Williams. Our junior ROTC program under the direction of and and First Sergeant James Dolan. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask you to rise for the performance of our national anthem, sung tonight by senior Jessica Flores.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight were the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streamed, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave in the land of free and the hope of the brave?
If that wind keeps up.
And the bands are playing the players on the field.
Nick Hart getting the Bulldogs ready to kick off.
Ray Anderson back deep for the Cougars to take the opening kickoff from the Bulldogs. Nick Hart.
The kickoff by Bulldogs.
Looks like the ball blew off the tee there. That wind already playing a factor. They're going to have a holder here just to get the opening kickoff. Wind's going to make this game tough. Nick Hart's kick is up. And it's caught inside the 5-yard line. Trying to get out to the edge, it's going to make a few moves and falls over at about the 12, and that's where the Cougars will take over.
Ray Anderson on the return for the Cougars.
So how's this look for the Cougars offense?
It's looking pretty tough out there. That wind, I mean, the wind definitely took the ball an extra couple of yards there. They just right into the back over there of Harrisburg's field.
If they want to win this game, they need to come out to a fast start. Once Wilson's defense gets in the rhythm, it's hard to score. First and 10 for the Cougars. Quarterback to snap. There's a flag on the play. The running back takes it out to the right and is going to be stopped after about 2 yards. We'll see what the flag is.
Dupree Andrews on the carry, taking the handoff from Wilkerson. Tackle made by John Fox.
It's going to be 2nd and 8 as they picked up the flag. Wilkerson hands it off. Running back cuts to the inside and is stopped almost immediately there. This should bring up 3rd and long.
Following the illegal penalty, the second down play for the Cougars.
So the Cougars have tried 2 running attempts here and weren't able to get anything.
We'll have to see what these next couple plays give to them.
3rd and 9 for the Cougars. Wide receiver in motion. Wilkerson takes a snap, but the play is blown dead.
Sir, good ball. Sir, play the game. Keep the offense.
It's going to be a delay of game penalty on the Cougars. That'll turn into a 3rd and 14.
And this is not looking like a good start for Harrisburg.
It wasn't too bad until that penalty.
14 from the 8.
Wilkerson brings the Cougars up to the line. Wide receiver in motion. Wilkerson takes a snap, looking to pass, is under pressure, escapes the tackler, and is finally brought down behind the line. It'll bring up a 4th and long.
Oh my goodness.
That's a great start for the Wilson defense. Not such a great start for the Cougars offense, though.
As you mentioned before, they're going to have to get a quick start, and that is not what they see.
Second to Leo quickly of the Bulldogs.
With how deep they are, Wilson should get a pretty decent field position, especially if the wind helps them.
They really do.
It's the last thing you want to do is fall behind against Wilson. Punt is up, almost blocked. It's going to go out of bounds at just before the 30-yard line. That's great field position for Wilson.
I think we'll just see a touchdown in these next couple plays.
Inside the Cougar 30. Ball on the 27-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs.
1st and 10 for the Bulldogs from their own 20, or from Harrisburg's 27-yard line. Colin Powers takes a snap, hands it off to Danzler. Danzler bounces it upside, takes it to the outside, picks up the 1st, and is finally pushed out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. It's a good run there by Danzler to start things off for Wilson. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs from the Cougars' 14-yard line.
I said it once and I'll say it again. I think we're going to see a touchdown in these next drive.
John Fox in motion. Powers takes a snap, drops back the pass, throws it up in the middle, and it's going to fall incomplete. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10.
Players to watch here on this offensive possession. I mean, Wilson has so many weapons, but John Fox seems to be the favorite target. 403 receiving yards and 7 touchdowns. Speaking of Danzler, Danzler takes a snap and runs it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs. I'll put the Bulldogs up 6-0. Like I said earlier, I think running the ball is the way to go if you're both of these teams.
Oh yeah, both teams are showing incredible rushing yarding, man.
The wind just doesn't affect the run as much as it does the pass. Nick's hard kick is up and it's good, and Wilson will take a 7-0 lead over Harrisburg.
Nick Hart's kick is good. The Bulldogs lead at 7-0.
Bulldogs get ready to kick off here. 10 minutes left in the first quarter. Wilson's leading 7-0. What does Harrisburg have to do on this next possession to get back into it?
They're going to need, they're going to push the Bulldogs territory, first of all. I mean, they didn't even get past the 20, if I'm correct, on their last drive.
Yeah, didn't get past the 20. That's the first step, getting into Wilson territory. Or at least getting a first down.
Harsh.
Wilson's defense is tough.
Oh yeah. Making a lot of stops.
Looks like we need a holder again for the kickoff. Nick Hart looks ready. Hart's kick is up. Time will be caught inside the end zone. The return will bring it out past the 20. It's going to be brought down at around the 22, but there's a flag at the end of the play.
Flag on the play.
That was a nice return.
Definitely made some gains off that.
Block in the back against the Cougars.
The Cougars are going to have a block in the back penalty. That'll bring them back all the way to their own 9. So after that great return, they're now starting on the 9 because of that penalty.
Alright, here we're starting with the first down for Harrisburg.
First and 10 from the 9-yard line. Wilkerson with the snap, hands it off to the running back. The running back tries to make the move, is brought down at the line of scrimmage.
Harrisburg is just getting
Phil
shut down
Davis
by
on the
Wilson
carry.
defense tonight.
Like Schonauer.
Wilson the last few games has been pretty good at stopping the run. Teams just have not been successful doing that. But Harrisburg, despite the lead Wilson has now, I mean, Harrisburg can put up points. They proved that all throughout the season.
Oh yeah.
Just a few weeks ago, they put up 75.
Wow.
Second and 11 for the Cougars. Wilkerson with the snap, hands it off to the running back. Running back's trying to gain the edge on the left. Gets the edge, but is pushed out of bounds after maybe a gain of 1.
Phil Davis on the carry, taken out of bounds by Tommy O'Brien.
We'll bring up another 3rd and long for the Cougars.
They're getting a whole lot of points this game, I'll tell you that.
Looks like it's going to be 3rd and 10 for the Cougars from their own 10-yard line.
Timeout, Harrisburg.
Harrisburg takes their first time out here with 9 minutes and 2 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Wilson leading 7-0.
Oh, they'll have to come up with a pretty good play to get 10 yards with this next down.
We're just going to have to put up with the crooked signal.
It's a difficult position for Harrisburg here.
Are you getting signal from camera 1? What I need from Ryan Sullivan.
Wilkerson takes a snap. Play action pass to the middle.
I'm going to fix the
broken up. And that'll bring up a 4th and 10. 2 possessions to start out here, both end in 3 and outs for Harrisburg. That's not how you want to play against a team like Wilson.
It's almost like deja vu here, not even making it past the 10-yard line this time. Harrisburg is in quite a spot.
Last punt, the win really helped Wilson out here. We'll see what happens this time.
Not right now.
Punt is up. And it's going to take a bounce at about the 25-yard line. Again, really good field position for the Bulldogs.
Once again, Bulldogs will take it in Cougars territory.
It bounced off the knee of a Harrisburg player at the 25, so that's where they'll rule it down. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Powers brings the Bulldogs up to the line.
So we should just have the normal problems we normally have. It broke it.
Powers takes a snap, fakes the handoff to Danzler. There's a fumble, but Wilson recovers.
Recovered by the Bulldogs, Isaiah Regal.
Luckily for the Bulldogs, Isaiah Regal was able to fall on it almost right away. That could have been a huge momentum changer.
Loss of 3 yards on the play, 2nd and 13.
Second and 13. Powers takes a snap, looking to throw, throws it up the middle. It's going to be incomplete. Tried to reach John Fox on a huge play. If he catches that, it would have been another Bulldog touchdown. John Fox had it in his hands, but the Harrisburg defenders were just able to knock it out. Good defensive play by them. Bring up a 3rd and 13 for the Bulldogs.
Harrisburg offense seems to be making, or defense seems to be making up for the offense.
They're going to need that defense if they want to stay in this. Third and 13 for the Bulldogs from Harrisburg's 28. Powers with snap, shuffle pass to Alex Twifford. He's going to run up. Powers forward for the 1st down and more as he comes past the 5-yard line. Wilson thinks they got a touchdown. We'll see what the refs rule it. The refs are going to have him down early. Really impressive power there by Alex Twyford. He looked like he was going to be stopped at about just after that 1st down, and he takes it all the way close to the goal line there.
Every player on the field was in that line. He pushed it all the way.
It's going to be 1st and goal for the Bulldogs within the 1-yard line. It's mere inches away from the goal line.
It would be near impossible not to get this touchdown.
I'd be shocked if they didn't. John Fox takes a snap, sneaks it forward. And that's touchdown Bulldogs. That's 2 touchdowns in the 1st quarter. They're up 13-0 now. John Fox makes up for that dropped ball earlier that would have got them the touchdown. He runs it in himself. I've seen that a lot from the Bulldogs these last few games where John Fox has taken the snap in the wild cut. Hart gets set for the extra point. The kick is up. It's good, and that gives the Bulldogs a 14-0 lead with 7:19 left to play in the first quarter.
Bulldogs lead 14-0.
For Harrisburg now, you have to start thinking about scoring to keep up.
Oh yeah, they aren't going to win this one just playing defense. And, they definitely are feeling it.
They don't start scoring, they're going to let Wilson start to run away. That's the way Wilson's won the last few games here. They've scored so much in the first half. Nick Hart's kick is up. It's going to be caught at about the 3 by Jure Anderson. He's going to bring it out past the 15. It'll be stopped at about the 16. The ball comes out, but I think he was down on the play, so the Cougars should be able to hold on to the ball. First and 10 for the Cougars from their own 16-yard line. Wilkerson looks ready. Wilkerson takes a snap, tosses it over left. The running back will bring it up to about the 20. Picked up about 4 yards on that play, though. It's their best running play of the game so far. Looks like there was a 5-yard penalty before that last play, so it's really a 2nd and 11. Wilkerson takes a snap, fakes the play action, is under pressure, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds.
Wilkerson, the quarterback, forced out of bounds.
Be a loss of yards on the play. It'll be a 3rd and 17 for the Cougars. Cougars come up to the line for the 3rd and 17 play from their own 9-yard line. Wilkerson takes a snap, trying to pass deep, is under pressure and is going to be brought down behind the line for the sack. That's going to be another 3 now for the Cougars.
Another sack for the Bulldogs, this time credited.
Wilkerson's just not getting enough time to throw the ball. Wilson's defense is right on top of him on every play. The punt is up. And it's going to be caught at about the 27. picks up a block, past the 30 to the 20, looking to cut back to 10, and is finally tackled down within the 10. Good return by Mason McElroy there after what looked to be a terrible play.
Incredible yardage.
Was able to turn nothing into something on that play.
Fumble on the play, and the Cougars recover.
30-yard stretch right up to the Harrisburg goal.
The ball has never been passed, except for a kickoff. The ball has never been past Harrisburg's 30-yard line. First and 10 for the Bulldogs. We knew the win would be a factor, and it really is on those punts. The punts haven't reached past the 30. Bulldogs look ready. Cougars take the snap.
Pass complete to DeRay Anderson. First hit for the Bulldogs.
Harrisburg has the ball. I think Mason McElroy must have fumbled on the punt return for them to pick up the ball. Four-yard loss on a running play. That's
Someone tell John.
second and 14 on Harrisburg's 6-yard line. They're getting closer and closer to the wrong end zone.
I didn't want to
Wilkerson
give you the
takes a
blanket.
snap.
I didn't want the blanket.
I thought you meant
Rolls out, passes it deep. It's going to be caught, hauled in at the 38-yard line. That's going to be the first down for Harrisburg in this game. It's all about progress. Let's see how much farther they can get now. First and 10 for the Cougars from their own 39-yard line. Wilkerson takes a snap, looks to pass here on first down. He's going to keep it himself as he can't find anything downfield, and then just falls over on the field.
There was so much pressure on that quarterback there. That play.
There was no contact on that play at all. That looked like a really bad fall. If he could have kept his balance, he could have gotten a lot more yards on that play. Instead, he only has a 3-yard gain.
Well, Harrisburg seems to be pushing.
Second and 7.
2nd and 7 for the Cougars. Wilkerson takes a snap, looking to pass. He's going to scramble a little bit again. He's going to fall over again. That's the second time he's fallen over.
Taken down.
And there's a flag on the play. That's 2 times in a row the quarterback has fallen over on his own.
It's not looking good for Harrisburg out there.
It's going to be a holding penalty on the offense, but it'll be declined as it brings up 3rd and long. It'll be about a 3rd and 15 for the Cougars. Wilkerson takes a snap, looks to pass, and is eaten up right away there in backfield for another Wilson sack. They'll bring up another 4th down.
Wilkerson sacked by the combination of Pregame and Tommy O'Brien. Fourth down 18 for the Cougars.
It's going to be a 4th and 18 for the Cougars on their own 31-yard line.
Austin Mitchell back for the Bulldogs. Mason McElroy.
Punt is up. It's going to take a bounce at about the 42 and takes a Wilson bounce and will go out at about the 40-yard line.
Just inside the 41-yard line, the Bulldogs take over first and 10.
Yeah, I know.
There hasn't been a single play other than a few kickoffs from Wilson territory.
I thought you were on.
Someone just carries the ball over.
It's a good thing for the Wilson defense, but not a good thing for the Cougars. John Fox in motion. Powers takes a snap, looking to pass here on first and 10. Throws it over to his right, looking for John Fox, but John Fox drops it on his way down to the ground. It'll bring up a 2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs.
2nd and 10.
I thought that was a dumpster or something like
Just looked like as he went to the ground, he couldn't hold on to it. Really wasn't too bad of a throw by quarterback Colin Powers. 2nd and 10. Powers with the snap, drops back to pass again. Shuffle pass up to Danzler. Danzler shakes a few tackles, brings it up past the 30, lowers his shoulder and gets pushes out about the 35, 36-yard line. Once again, that shuffle pass proves to be effective here for Wilson.
We're on the carry, tackled by Jaquay Jackson. First down for the Bulldogs at the Cougars.
1st and 10 for the Bulldogs from their own 23-yard line, or from Harrisburg's 23-yard line. Powers takes to Jake Gaiman. Gaiman takes it to his left, gets the edge, past the 10, the 5, and just short of the goal line goes out of bounds.
Takes it down to about the 1.
One for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs look to score for their 3rd time this quarter. Looks like John Fox is back there at quarterback in the Wildcat again. John Fox takes a snap, dives forward over the line, and it's a touchdown for John Fox.
1 yard for the
Once again,
Bulldogs.
another 1-yard touchdown out of the Wildcat.
Amazing play out there by Wilson.
Bulldogs now lead 20-0 over the Cougars. Nick Hart comes out for the extra point attempt. Hart's kick is up. It's good, and that gives the Bulldogs a 21-0 lead here with 1:39 left to play in the first quarter.
It's looking real good out there for the Bulldogs.
Kick is good. The Bulldogs lead it 21-0.
Harrisburg had something going on their last offensive possession. For them, they have to hope they can get more than what they had.
Yep, I think they need to depend more on, well, I guess they can't really do a whole lot of long-range passing with all that wind out here.
Good job making a picture in front of
Whatever they do, they need to score points. They can't let Wilson get too far ahead. if they
No
want to
doubt.
Stay in the game.
If they stay this far down at halftime, I'm afraid they might not get the momentum to pick it back up and win.
Bulldogs attempt to kick off. The ball's in Wilson territory.
only for a short time though, as it kicks off by Nick Hart.
It's going to be caught inside the end zone. And Anderson will just take the touchback, and the Cougars will start at the 20-yard line.
Exeter leading Cedar Crest 3-0. Hatfield leading Southwestern 10-0. Governor Mifflin leading Township 13-7.
It's called
First and 10 for the Cougars, trailing 21-0.
Relationships. I don't mean relationship based. I think we're literally
takes a snap, fumbles the snap, the running back falls on it, but that's going to be another loss of yards. They're having a hard enough time on offense and can't afford to be doing things like that.
It seems like Harrisburg's offense just can't seem to get it together.
Which is unusual from a team that scores a lot of points.
Oh yeah.
Timeout Wilson.
Harrisburg still trailing Wilson 21-0 with 1:27 left to play in the first quarter.
I do, in fact, have a sore throat right now.
Exeter now leading Cedar Crest 10-0.
And is that a timeout taken?
It looks to be. It looks like Wilson took their first timeout. So now both teams have 2 timeouts remaining in the half.
And if I see correctly, that's 18 yards left. Harrisburg still needs to push to get their first down.
No, I didn't.
And that'll be their second first down of the game, right?
Gonna try to get their second first down of the game. It's going to be tough against this Wilson defense and against that wind.
Oh yeah, they've proven time and time again that they can stop them well before the line of scrimmage.
They're on the wrong side of the field
for
that win. 2nd and 18 for the Cougars from their own 12-yard line. Wilkerson takes the snap, looking to pass up the middle. It's caught. And it'll be stopped about 4 or 5 yards short of the first down.
Harrisburg is left just with this third down here to try and make some yardage.
This is the shortest third down they've had all game. Maybe they'll be able to convert this one.
Yeah, I was thinking even if they don't make that, they might make enough yardage to try to push this 4th down because they need some kind of momentum to pick this game back up. If they end up forfeiting this 4th down, then
penalty on the field, and it looks like it's going to be a personal foul on Wilson. I think it was a face mask call, the ref said. That makes it 1st and 10 from the Cougars' 42-yard line. Cougars edging closer and closer to their first time inside Wilson territory.
If they can make this first down, then they can make it into Bulldogs field.
Don't even need a full first down to get there. First and 10 for the Cougars. Wilkerson takes a snap, looking to pass. He's under pressure, escapes, but is still taken down behind the line for another Wilson Bulldogs sack.
And we're seeing the recurring theme here of Wilson defense just stopping Harrisburg right on the line, even pushing them back a little.
That'll bring up a 2nd and 11 for the Cougars on their own 41-yard line with less than 30 seconds to play in the first. We should have enough time for at least one more offensive play by the Cougars.
Wilkerson
takes a snap, hands it off to the running back, and the running back is swallowed up behind the line And that'll end the first quarter here.
With, it looks like another
Bulldogs
yard
lead
loss on
21-0.
Is that another, let's see, is this going to be 3 and 12? It is. With Harrisburg losing yet another yard while on the offense.
The second quarter, Harrisburg needs to get something going.
We mentioned momentum before, and I'll mention it again here. Harrisburg needs to pick up something here and push this ball forward.
The teams will switch sides on the field, and it looks as though Harrisburg will be on the Harrisburg looks to be on the side of the field where the wind will be a helpful factor for them.
Yeah, hopefully they'll get some better yardage here with the wind to their backs.
Now it's the Bulldogs that'll have to deal with the wind. There's going to be a penalty flag.
But it's not looking like a good start here.
Looked like there might have been some movement on the Cougars line. It's going to be a false start on the offense. That'll make it a 3rd and 17 for the Cougars.
Not looking good.
They just make it harder for themselves.
I'm not going to lie, it looks like they're doing Wilson's offensive job for them. Losing yards, I think they've lost yards on more plays than they've gained yards.
They have more penalty yards than they have actual yards.
No doubt.
Third and 17 for the Cougars from their own 35. Wilkerson with the snap, hands it off to the running back. Running back takes it up the middle, but is brought down well before the first. And it looks like Harrisburg will be forced to punt yet again.
Yet another punt without making it into Bulldog territory.
It's going to be 4th and 8 for the Cougars from their own 44. This time just 6 yards away from Wilson territory, so they are getting closer.
Oh yeah, hopefully maybe by the 3rd quarter they'll have pushed in and can make a field goal.
Mason McElroy with the catch at the 20-yard line. Takes it out to his left, looking for the edge, makes a few moves, and is finally brought down just before the 35.
And I think this is the first Wilson offensive drive not starting in Harrisburg territory.
This would be the first Wilson drive not starting in Harrisburg territory. We'll see if they can put together a long drive and score yet again.
We will also see if Wilson offense succumbs to the same issues with the wind that the Harrisburg offense seemed to face.
I know who you are. Okay, okay, working on it.
Looks like John Fox might be lined up in that Wildcat again. Fox takes a snap, looks to run himself, bounces to the outside, set the 40, the 51 guy to beat. He's going to get tripped up, but gets out past the 40, and just like that, Wilson's back in Harrisburg territory.
Yeah, it appears that the wind did not stop them at all, especially not with a sneaky play like that.
As I mentioned before, the last few games they've started to do that Wildcat formation a lot more, and it seems to pay off.
Definitely paid off this play.
Now it looks like Jake Gaiman's back there in the wild card. Or the Wildcat.
Wild card, Wildcat. Either way, they're making yards.
Jake Gaiman takes a snap. He's going to have another nice run and gets out past the 30.
Nearing first down.
You have to think as a defense, you see that and you know what's coming, but yet they still can't stop them.
It seems that there's nothing they could have done these last two plays.
And now John Fox is back out there in the Wildcat. They're just shoving the Wildcat down the Cougars' throat. How ironic is that?
Unbelievable. We'll see. This could have, I mean, it will definitely be another first down for Wilson here.
John Fox takes a snap. Oh, hands it off this time to Alex Twiffer, and he gets brought down behind the line.
And I spoke too soon. Wow.
They should have just kept going with their system. Back to the Wildcat again. They're going to try it again here. Gaiman in motion. Fox takes the snap, hands it off to Gaiman. Gaiman's going to take it out, breaks free. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Wow.
This Wildcat is just the key to Wilson's success so far tonight.
They are proving that it is not just the wind stopping Harrisburg here, pushing right through, getting a 50-yard drive, or 2 drives, 50 yards for another touchdown.
Puts the Bulldogs up 27-0 over the Cougars.
And here we have Nick Carr lining up for the kick.
And though, how ironic is that? They're beating the Cougars with the Wildcat.
Oh yeah.
Hard's attempt is up. Looks like it was tipped there a little bit, but it's good nonetheless, and the Bulldogs are up 28-0. There's only about 9 minutes and 28 seconds left to play in the half.
A prominent lead here going into the second quarter. Well, now we'll see if Harrisburg's offense can get it together here.
They have to figure something out. Right now, if this would be the halftime score, that could be a little too far down.
I don't think they could bring that back.
If they are going to bring it back, they have to start now. It's not very often Wilson gets stopped from scoring when they have the ball.
Mm-hmm. And having this drive, they have the winds to their back yet again.
That win should affect this kickoff here.
Oh yeah, hopefully.
Should start Harrisburg in some pretty good field position. Or at least decent return.
Hopefully they won't start it too far back here.
Nick Hart looks ready. The kick is up. And they're going to have a small little squib, and Wilson picks it up. That turned out to be turned into an onside kick, and the Wilson Bulldogs have the ball again.
They're starting in Harrisburg territory, but it's Wilson starting in Harrisburg territory this time.
Instead of chancing the win and kicking it deep, they kick it short, and they end up with the ball.
What an incredible play here.
Poor special teams by Harrisburg there, but then again, almost everything has been poor by them so far.
We have seen a lot of misplays on this Harrisburg offense tonight.
They really need to get something turned around. And Wilson, again, lined up in the Wildcat. This is what, 5-6 times in a row?
Well, if it ain't broke.
John Fox takes a snap, keeps it himself. Only picks up a few yards on that play. Not as effective as the last few, but
seems that they're wising up to the play a little.
I mean, after a while, you have to think that they'll stop it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can only run the same play so many times.
Gain of a yard on the play, 2nd and 9.
It's looking like John Fox and the Wildcat again. They're going to try it again. Fox takes a snap, keeps it himself, finds a hole up the middle, bounces to the outside, past the 30, past the 20, past the 10, cuts back to the inside, and is brought down. They're going to rule it a touchdown, but there is a penalty on the flag. If it's against Wilson, it's coming back, but if it's against Harrisburg, it'll be a touchdown.
And let me just say, that was an incredible run there. He was skirting the outside of the field there. Just barely staying in play there. Incredible
Let's see
run.
what the penalty is. It's going to be a face mask on Harrisburg, so the touchdown will stay. Great run for the Bulldogs by John Fox. That Wildcat has proven to be really effective.
You know,
today.
he just saw his hole and he took it, and he took it right up the sideline and got that touchdown. We're looking at 34-0 as Nick goes to make the kick.
Nick Hart's kick is up. It's good, and that moves the lead to 35-0. Bulldogs over the Cougars. Bulldogs starting to run away.
Yeah, this just might be, I don't want to speak too soon, but I'm looking to see a shutout tonight.
And this is how the last few games have been. Wilson on a fast track in the first half. They score another touchdown. It's mercy rule already.
Wow. Phenomenal play out there by the Bulldogs.
Looking at the bracket, if Bulldogs are able to win out, you have to hope that they want to face that Central Dauphin again over at Districts. Get back at them for giving them Wilson's only loss.
Yeah, that would be a nice redemption game there. Another shutout with a whole lot of Wildcat plays, right?
Next week, the winner of this game will play the winner of Central Dauphin East and Dallastown, which are two teams Wilson seems very familiar with. Nick Hart gets lined up for the kickoff. Kick is up, and they're trying that small squib again. This time, Harrisburg catches it. That'll be their best field position of the day, starting at their own 42. Wilson looked to be a little greedy there and tried to get the same thing twice.
Yeah, well, I mean, when you have this kind of lead, 35-0, you can go for those risky plays, you know.
Cougars will take it from their own 42.
Speaking in tongues.
First and 10 for the Cougars from their own 42. Trailing Wilson 35-0 with 8:38 left to play in the half.
Alright, speaking in tongues should stop now.
Wilkerson takes a snap, fakes the handoff to the motion wide receiver, keeps it himself and gets brought down behind the line. They tried to do a trick play to run there again, and again the run just does not seem to work for them.
Harrisburg just can't seem to get it together here with these offensive plays. Yet, once again, losing a yard. Wow.
I don't think anyone saw the game going as bad as it is now for them.
No doubt.
It's going to be 2nd and 11 for the Cougars from their own 41-yard line.
You have to wonder what is going through Harrisburg coach Everett's mind right now.
Wilkerson takes a snap, looks to pass it deep. There's a flag on the play, and what looked like a sure catch is just dropped by the wide open wide receiver.
It seemed to slip right out of his hands there. Would have been a
If you're
first
down by
down.
this much, you can't afford to take drops like that.
You cannot afford to take drops like that, especially when it means first down in Bulldog territory. That would have been the first catch into Bulldog territory there.
The wide receiver would have taken the hit, but if he could shove that off, he would have a lot more yards on that play too. Set Harrisburg up in field goal position.
At least get themselves on the board any way they can, you know. And it seems as though they're going to repeat the down.
False start on Harrisburg again here. They're just shooting themselves in the foot. They keep getting all these penalties. Should bring up a 2nd and 16. Second and 16 from 36. Wilkerson takes it looking to pass deep. He's under
Feeling a lot of
pressure. He's going to be brought down. He just throws the ball away. Not sure if he was down before throwing it.
Either way, it rolls out of bounds.
They might roll the fumble and bring that all the way back to where it went out, just behind the 20. If they do that, that's going to make the punt a lot better for Wilson. And they are going to rule the fumble. That is just an interesting play. The coach cannot be happy with that. It's bad enough to have a sack, but to just throw it over your head like that?
You know, you'd almost think Harrisburg is forfeiting yards.
I think he might have just seen the imaginary player behind him and tried to get things going.
Certainly a little confused and undoubtedly making more backwards yardage tonight.
3rd and 35. As Wilkerson takes a snap, runs it, keeps to himself, and falls again. That's the 3rd time we've seen the quarterback fall without contact.
Just seemed to slide onto the ground there.
And looking at his numbers, he's got 1,500 passing yards and 19 touchdowns. Like, this is not the kind of play you expect to see out of him.
Definitely not the kind of play you'd expect to see in a playoff game like this. And it's going to be 4th and 30 on Harrisburg's 22.
Let's go back to that last play, though, on 2nd down. Like, the whole throw over his head. Like, what was he thinking?
If I could request an instant replay, I would.
Punt is called at the 40. He's going to make some few moves here. Bounces out to the 50. Past the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10, the 5, and brought down just before the end zone. Another good return by Mason McElroy, and this time no penalty flag.
And knocked down just a few yards before the goal. Bulldogs are just constantly putting themselves in this position where they can't not score a touchdown. I mean,
it's going to be 1st and goal for the Bulldogs. And this next touchdown starts mercy rule.
Well, I don't know how much mercy rule is going to help this Harrisburg offense tonight.
Looks like Gaiman and the Wildcat takes a snap, runs it to the outside, and picks up the touchdown. That will make it 41-0 Bulldogs, awaiting the extra point attempt.
Wow.
6 touchdowns in the first half.
Incredible lead.
I'd say the Bulldogs are playoff ready.
Oh, I think they're really making a showing this game, and Harrisburg seems to be doing everything they can to help Bulldogs tonight.
At this point, I mean, it doesn't look like Harrisburg has enough to come back.
If this first half has been any indicator, I don't see Harrisburg doing too well for the rest of the night.
Hart's kick is good, and that puts the Bulldog up 42-0. Big day out of Fox and Gaiman. Haven't seen much of Colin because they've been running that Wildcat so much.
Yeah, they've been playing it safe, not doing a whole lot of passing with this this wind. It's dying down a little, but you can definitely still feel it out there.
We're going to see another kickoff by Wilson here.
We'll see if they go for the onside kick.
They do. That's 6 minutes left. That's a lot of time left for them to score if they get the ball back. Or even if Harrisburg can't get the ball moving, it's another 3 and out. Like, Wilson could score again here in this quarter.
We'll see if they fall for it, or if Wilson goes for it in the first place.
I think this is a lot tougher of a place to play than most people give credit for. And they're going to try for what looks like one of those little short kicks. They missed a tackle, though, and it's a good return out near midfield.
Yeah, he gains about 8 or 10 yards on that carry, and he's going to be stopped just short of Bulldog territory.
Going back to the environment here, there's always just such a good crowd at these games. It's hard. The noise just gets so loud for opposing offenses.
Phenomenal crowd. And the band down there playing away, they seem happy that the game is 42-0 right now.
That band is always out there. 1st and 10 for the Cougars from their own 48. Wilkerson takes a pass, throws it over the middle, looking for some receiver in the area, but there wasn't a lot there.
Yeah.
And it falls incomplete. Maybe he's afraid of the color red. If not, he will be after this game.
Definitely feeling the pressure out there.
At the half, Manheim Township leading Mifflin 14-13.
It's a good game there, 14-13.
Yeah, Mifflin and
I think it was Manheim Township.
Mifflin and Manheim, 14-13 right now.
Wilkerson passes it deep, looking for the big shot, and it just overled him a little too far there.
Yeah, there was no way he could have reached his hands out any farther for that one.
Brings us out a little bit and it'd be okay, but almost had a big play there, just threw it a little too far.
Could have been a breakaway for a touchdown there.
Exeter leading
It's going to be 3rd and 10.
24-0.
And a similar story with Exeter Cedarcrest, with Exeter leading 34-0.
Exeter's going to be tough if they have to face this Wilson team.
Oh yeah.
Later on, looking at the brackets. Wilkerson with the snap, looks to pass it deep, keeps it himself, and is brought down from behind, drops the ball, and Wilson falls on it. Looks like Wilson has the ball with 6 minutes left to play.
Fumble recovered by Bulldogs, and
They
it's
have
going to be...
enough time, like I said earlier, to score again here.
And they're starting in Harrisburg territory, with Harrisburg yet again not making a push into Bulldog territory.
It's just sad as an offense not be able to get into your opponent's side of the field.
With all the errors tonight, I don't think they'll end this season feeling very good.
And they're going to give Wilson 15 free yards there as they had an unsportsmanlike conduct call on Harrisburg.
Wow. If I didn't know any better, I would think this is a cooperative game of Harrisburg letting Wilson win, you know?
When it rains, it really pours for Harrisburg, doesn't it?
It's not looking good out there.
Remember just a few years ago, Harrisburg actually beat Wilson in the regular season. I don't think that's going to happen here
I
tonight.
don't even say Wilson is coming back with a bite.
Powers is back out there on the field, throws pass to Alex Twyford. It's going to be brought down just before the first. It's nice to see Colin out there. Haven't been able to see too much of him today.
It seems the wind has definitely died down a lot since the start of this game. And,
that's good for both teams.
Yeah, Bulldogs looking a little more confident to make a pass this game and getting a 9-yard gain on that play.
2nd and 1 for the Bulldogs from the 21-yard line. Looks like Bailey McElroy in the backfield. Powers takes a snap, but the play is whistled dead. Wilson takes their 2nd timeout. They'll have 1 timeout left.
You know, and I gotta wonder what this timeout really is for. I mean,
they did look a little confused there. Colin and the wide receivers did not seem to know what the play was, so perhaps it was a necessary timeout.
Be safe, not make the play.
They have enough points, so burning a timeout here, it's not like they have to score.
Undoubtedly, and they're not going to need it in any fourth quarter scrambles for time. In fact, I think we might see Wilson running out the clock in these next 2 quarters if they stay as ahead as they are.
I don't know. Wilson doesn't like to show a lot of mercy in football.
They are showing no mercy tonight.
Again, a 2nd and 1 for the Bulldogs from Harrisburg's 21-yard line, still beating the Cougars 42-0. Powers takes a snap, drops back to throw, throws it deep, looking for the end zone. It's going to be incomplete. Targeted footage hollow there.
Could have fooled me.
It's going to bring up a 3rd and 1 with about a little over 5 minutes to play here in the set. Bulldogs come to line for this 3rd and 1 play. Powers takes a snap, looks to throw, shuffles it forward to Twyford. He picks up the 1st down. That shovel pass is just being used pretty good today too. The shot between the shuffle pass and the wildcat.
Making some yardage out there.
They're really only using 2 plays in this game, and Harrisburg's defense just can't stop them.
It's mirroring their offense almost.
It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs from Harrisburg's 19-yard line. Powers at snap, looks to throw, throws it deep to the middle, caught by Jake Gaiman, and he's in for the touchdown.
Easily steps into the end zone.
Bulldogs are now up 48-0 with still a lot of time left to play in this quarter.
4.5 minutes on the clock as we get ready to make this kick.
Nick Hart will come out for this extra point, looking to make it 49-0. 7 touchdowns in 1 half. Utah coach Doug Dom said he's going to have 7 touchdowns in the 1st half.
Wow. And there's still time for more.
Nick Hart's kick is up, and it's good. 49-0 Bulldogs over the Cougars.
Quite a game tonight.
When you score points like this, you kind of wish you could save some of those for the next game.
Get a reserve going. Well, Wilson continues to play as if that were the case, just scoring touchdown after touchdown tonight.
I mean, I don't know if they're playing knowing what the score is, but it looks like they're just playing like they're behind.
Yeah. Oh, pushing. The defense is just an iron wall. And the offense is, well, they're making big gains in yards.
Well, when you only have to pick up, 30 yards.
Yeah, true. It seems to be
It's no surprise that they're scoring.
Starting with only 5 or 6 yards, only a couple yards to go into the end zone there.
We can see the second string out there to start the 2nd half.
It should be
Nick Hart kicks off. Short kick. Caught at about the 34. Makes a few moves. And is brought down just before the 40.
Kick taken by Hakeem Granberry.
They need 10 yards. Harrisburg needs 10 yards to make it to midfield, somewhere they have not been all game.
Indeed.
Edwin Ortiz.
And you think the defense knows that they haven't played in their own territory yet? Maybe that's their goal.
Yeah.
So what do you do as Harrisburg's coach? Going into the halftime, what do you say to your team to try to get them back in this?
They're just making mistake after mistake, just not playing like they should.
I feel like there's not a lot a coach can say. Like, Wilkerson with the snap, passes to his left, it's incomplete.
Pass by Wilkerson is complete.
Pass is complete.
Anderson Butts.
They're going to rule that complete, even though it looked like it popped out and hit the ground there a little bit.
I guess they're just...
Guess the refs just don't
bad
have good
for
as
it,
angle as we do.
Yeah. And Harrisburg is going to see their first down inside of Bulldog territory.
Finally got into Wilson territory on a very interesting play call there.
Yeah.
Wilkerson takes a snap, looking to pass. He's under pressure. Throws out. And it's
Almost
well short of
intercepted.
the wide receiver. Well short.
Well short indeed.
Now bring up 2nd and 10. And as you said, it was almost intercepted there. Wilson's pretty good at those interceptions. They have 7 on the season.
Well, let's see if they can make another one tonight. And I think given the way the Harrisburg offense has been playing, it could be pretty likely we see an interception or a nice fumble recovery by Wilson tonight.
2nd and 10 for the Cougars. Wilkerson with the ball, throws it deep, gets hit after the throw, just overthrows his wide receiver again, and that brings up 3rd and 10.
You know, you can almost feel the desperation in Harrisburg here, trying to push as deep as they can into Bulldog territory and at least pull themselves into field goal range.
They've had some really nice opportunities on the field, but they just have not been able to capitalize on them.
I have seen Wilson's defense ease up a little bit, not as much pressure on the quarterback, but I guess he's still feeling it, you know.
Yeah, Wilkerson's taking a beating out there.
After those first couple drives, I would be afraid to.
He just took a pretty heavy hit on that last play.
Oh yeah.
Third and 10 for the Cougars. Wilkerson takes a snap, keeps it himself, and is going to be tripped up at about the 47-yard line.
The Wilson defense pushes right up into that quarterback.
That will bring up a 4th and 7. Just no time whatsoever for him to throw that ball.
None at all. Sees his only option to run it, but doesn't make it very far.
It looks as though he only got a yard on that play. 4th and 9 for the Cougars. And
3 minutes on the clock.
Looks like we'll see that punt team out again. If Wilson can get another good return, you might see another Bulldogs score. Punt is up. Mason McElroy catches it about the 9. He's going to take it to his left. He's past the 20. Runs into a wall of defenders and is finally brought down just before the 25-yard line. Looks like the refs are going to spot it at the 24, and that's where the Bulldogs will take over with plenty of time to score again.
Yep, to 2 minutes and 56 seconds as they start on the 24.
They don't really need to score again, but they could. And they still have that timeout they could use if they really feel the need to score. First and 10 for the Bulldogs. Powers takes a snap. Handed it off to Malachi Glore. He picks up a few yards on the play.
Andrews, Deontay Payne on tackle for Harrisburg.
We'll bring up a 2nd and 9 for the Bulldogs from their own 25-yard line. 2.5 minutes left to play in the half. Powers takes a snap, hands it off. There's a fumble by Wilson. It looks like Wilson fell on it. Sloppy play by the Bulldogs there.
Well, they are playing second string here with mercy roll in effect, or did it not start yet?
We should have the mercy rule.
Wilson's going to have to push 14 yards for this next first down.
I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see Colin Powers in there in the second half.
to Shane. I was hoping for triple digits tonight.
Haven't seen a lot of Shane, but we haven't really needed to. And by Shane, I mean Shane Dantzler there, Wilson's star running back.
Definitely a key player and one to watch for the rest of the season.
And off to Malachi.
And it looks like Wilson's just trying to run down a little bit of the clock as they just handed it off 3 times in a row.
Safe plays.
Fourth down for the Bulldogs.
And the punt team, something we have not seen at all yet today, comes out for the Bulldogs.
Timeout, Harrisburg.
Harrisburg takes a necessary timeout as the wind is not in the Bulldogs' favor here on this punt. They could start out in Wilson territory.
Yeah.
Harrisburg High School Cougar marching band.
Fourth and 14 for the Bulldogs from their own 20-yard line, looking to punt. Bulldogs punt is up. Takes us a good favorable Wilson bounce and will go out of bounds at about the 43.
Punt down at the 43-yard line. Cougars will take over.
Looking for round 2 for the Bulldogs. Either close to the half or at the half. Central Dauphin East leads to Allenstown 28-14. That's one we'll have to keep our eye on, as again, whoever wins that game will be here next week.
Well, if Wilson keeps going on this same train of momentum here on this next game, I don't think we have much to worry about.
And if it is Central Dauphin East, Bulldogs have already handled them pretty good in week 2 of this year's regular season. Cedar Cliff is beating Lower Dauphin 5-0, which means there must have been a safety at some point in that game. Cougars play picks up a few yards with 40 seconds left, trailing Wilson 49-0. That Manheim Township and Governor Mifflin game is still at 14-13. Manheim Township with the lead. Mifflin could pull off a pretty big upset there.
That could not be more of a contrast to this 49-0 shutout as we go.
Number 1 Central Dauphin is in with a decently close game against Carlisle, only leading by 10 points, 24-14. Harrisburg hands it off. They'll pick up the first down, but it looks like time's about to run out.
3 seconds for this first down, and
Harrisburg just took a timeout. They'll probably either come out for a field goal or they'll try a Hail Mary here just to put something on the board before the half.
if I were Harrisburg, I would just try to get a field goal on there just to have something on the board. I mean, 49-0 is not something you want to walk into
This
the locker
is
room.
the biggest blowout I see so far of round 1 of the playoffs. Like I said, can we just save some of these points for next week?
Wouldn't that be nice?
Because it doesn't look like right now we'll need all of them.
No, I don't think we'll need most of them.
This looks to be the last play of the half.
This will most certainly be the last play of the half here.
Running back goes out. Wilkerson with the snap, throws it deep, looking for the end zone, and it's going to be intercepted, and that's how the half will end. Interception by the Bulldogs, and that'll bring up halftime. Bulldogs leading 49-0.
In the first half, the Bulldogs leaded 49-0.
Good afternoon and welcome to this evening's rendition of the 2015-2016 Marching Cougars halftime show. The Harrisburg Marching Cougars are led by Director of Bands, Mr. William Troutman, Drumline Instructor, Mr. Marcel Jones, Band Front Coordinator, Ms. Tiffany Smith, and Assistant Band Front Coordinator, Mr. Jeremy Elliott. On the field, the band is under the direction of Senior Drum Majors Natasha Wyndham West, Geraldine Perez, and Miss Lynette Lane. Drum Majors, please take the field. Today's halftime show will begin with our fanfare. Now the band will drill to the Motown hit, Ain't No Mountain High Enough by Martin. Yeah. Come on, give it up for the Harrisburg Marching. Next, the beautiful ladies of band will perform the routine to I'm Coming Out by Diana Ross. the band will slow things down a little bit with Usher's hit song, Enjoy. Now, what you've all been waiting for. The often imitated but never, ever duplicated. The Harrisburg Cougar dance mix. First we'll start going off with cha-cha. Then drip drop. With a mix of flexes and a breakdown. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of the show. Everybody make some noise for the marching Cougars. And now they play from hit show Empire. You're so beautiful. The Marching Cougars would like to give a shout out to their band boosters, and we hope you enjoy the show.
Give it up one more time, ladies and gentlemen, for the Harrisburg High School Cougar Marching Band. Championship events. M&T Bank supports and encourages interscholastic athletics and is pleased to be an active member in the community served by District 3. M&T Bank extends its best wishes to all of the participants this year's District 3 football championship and extends its thanks to all of the families, coaches, and officials who make these championships possible. M&T Bank, understanding what's important. Ladies, we have a ring that was left in the restroom at the sink. If you have lost a ring, you might want to stop up at the press box. We have it for you. Some scores for you. Central Coffin leading Carlisle 24-14. CD East leading Dallastown 28-14. State College over Du Bois 21-0. Cumberland Valley leading Red Lion 27-7. Exeter Township leading Cedar Crest 32-0. Last we have from Hatfield Southwestern as the Black Knights went top 10-0. Manheim Township leading Governor Mifflin 21-13. Susquehanna Township leading Conrad Winder 28-0. Reading leading Pleasant Valley from up in Poconos by a score of 13-7.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Gursky Stadium. As the teams get ready to start the second half, the Bulldogs lead this one 49-0. Wilson has looked pretty strong in this game so far. Other scores in the District 3 playoffs: Central Dolphins is beating Carlisle 24-14. Cedar Cliff is beating Lower Dauphin 12-7. Manheim Township's beating Governor Mifflin 21-13. Hempfield's beating Southwestern 10-0. Dallastown is losing to Central Dauphin East 28-14. Exeter's beating Cedar Crest 17-0, and Cumberland Valley is beating Red Lion 41-7. Teams are getting ready for the second half kickoff. Nick Hart getting ready to kick off. Nick Hart's kick is up. It's going to be caught at about the 12-yard line. Anderson's going to take it to about the 15 or the 25-yard line. And that'll bring up a Cougars 1st and 10. Due to the mercy rule, the Cougars got the ball to start the second half, even though they had received the first half. First and 10 for the Cougars from their own 25-yard line. Wilkerson takes a snap, hands it off to Anderson, and And Anderson is brought down behind the line.
And off to Dre Anderson. There you go. On the tackle for the Bulldogs.
Dre Anderson makes it back to the line of scrimmage on that play. They'll bring up a 2nd and 10 for the Cougars. Second and 10 for the Cougars here from their own 25-yard line. Wilkerson takes a snap, hands it off. They run the reverse, and the reverse gets taken way back behind the line for what looks to be about a loss of 4 on the play.
On the reverse, the ball ends up with Justin Carter. Lost of 3 yards on the play, 3rd down 13.
Literally have to be stable.
3rd and 13 for the Cougars, already 2 minutes into the quarter. Wide receiver in motion, Wilkerson takes a snap, hands it off to Anderson. Anderson finds a bit of a hole and gets back to just past the original line of scrimmage. And now we'll bring up another 4th down. The start of the second half seemed eerily similar to the start of the first half for the Cougars as they start out with a 3 and out.
Austin Mitchell in the punt for Harrisburg. Mason McElroy back in single safety for the Bulldogs.
Punt is up. The wind's going to take care of this. It's going to take a Wilson bounce and goes all the way to the 28-yard line. And that's where the Bulldogs are going to start. Again, this is just like the first half. Bulldogs starting out in Harrisburg territory.
Bulldogs take over on the 28-yard line of the Cougars.
Oh, that's when squad is chill. When squad is chill.
Wilson comes to the line. Wide receiver in motion, quarterback takes a snap. It looks like Urig's in there for quarterback. And there's a fumble by Wilson, and Harrisburg's going to recover. Sean McAndrew with the fumble.
Baltimore of the Cougars. They will take over just short of the 33, 1st and 10.
And after having a 3 and out, Harrisburg gets the ball back on a fumble. First and 10 for the Cougars from their own 33-yard line. Wilkerson takes a snap, looking to pass. Passes deep. It's going to be incomplete as the wide receiver takes a shot. Looks for a flag, but no flag will be thrown. Good hit by a Wilson defender.
Intended for Shaquan Anderson Butts.
It's going to bring up a 2nd and 10 for the Cougars from their own 33 as time continues to click. Wilkerson takes a snap, looking to throw here on 2nd. It's under pressure and it's going to be brought down behind the line for another Bulldog sack.
Wilkerson taken down by the Bulldogs, Tommy O'Brien and Torrey Coates.
That'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and 12 for the Cougars. Still trailing Wilson 49-0. Third and 11 for the Cougars from their own 32-yard line. Wilkerson takes a snap, is immediately under pressure, and goes down for another big sack by the Bulldogs. That'll bring up 4th and long, and that's another 3 and out. Halfway through this third quarter, the Bulldogs still lead 49-0. It's looking like this one's well over. Fourth and 20 for the Cougars from their own 23-yard line as the punt team comes out. Punt is up. It's going to be caught at about the 41-yard line. It's going to break it to the 40. It's past the 30, the 20, just the kicker to beat, the 10, the 5, and he's going to be brought down again just before the end zone. Came down kind of hard on that one as it looked like he was dragged down from his horse collar. Once again, the Bulldogs start with the first down just mere inches away from the end zone.
From the 2.
First and goal from the 2-yard line for the Bulldogs. Wide receiver in motion. Connor Urick takes a snap, fakes the handoff to wide receiver, hands it to the running back, and he's in for the end zone. That's another Bulldogs touchdown. 55-0 now the Bulldogs lead. They just keep pouring it on. If this is how Wilson continues to play moving forward, they have to be clear favorites. For Wilson's opponent's next game, Central Dauphin East has just taken a 35-14 lead over Dallastown. The extra point is up. It's good, and that gives the Bulldogs a 56-0 lead here with 4:49 left in the third quarter.
The Cougars kick is good. The Bulldogs lead at 56-0.
Here we'll see another kickoff by the Bulldogs. Nick Hart's getting ready for kickoff. Looks like we got Matt back.
Hey, I'm back.
You missed another Bulldogs touchdown.
I know. I heard from the concession. Was that on a return there?
They got pretty close. They got down and around the 2-yard line.
And then pushed it in.
Got struck down pretty hard, and then they ran it in for another touchdown.
Sounds like a familiar play this game.
The kick is up. It's a nice kick as it will roll, take a bounce in the end zone, and roll out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Nick Hart with a beautiful kickoff there. The Cougars will take over on their own 20.
And we'll see yet again if they have any success in the endeavor of pushing into Bulldog territory. Did I miss any drives where they managed to get in there? Or?
Nope, you just missed a pair of 3 and outs.
Wow.
The Bulldogs did fumble though, and they were able to recover, but again, those 2 3 and outs. With 4:45 left to play in the third quarter, the Bulldogs are still up here 56-0. I don't think there's much Harrisburg can do at this point. Anything they do now is just going to be too little, too late.
I just don't see them getting any kind of momentum back. I mean, even if they push back full force just as well as the Bulldogs did first half, I mean, they can't make the points in the time.
Akeem Cowan takes the ball for about a 2-yard pickup there. It'll bring up 2nd and 8 for the Cougars. But like you were saying, even if they have a quarter as good as Wilson's first half, they will not score enough to catch up. It's just too late now.
Wilson has made a lead in with the mercy rule in effect. I just can't see them getting the time.
Mercy rule just makes it harder. That clock just does not stop.
Yeah, I'm watching it tick away here.
Wilkerson takes a snap, hands it off again. Running back takes it up the middle, finds a small hole and picks up a pretty decent game. There's some shoving going on the field there. It's going to be a penalty. The fans were not happy with that shove by a Harrisburg player there.
Definitely heard something in the stand.
Personal foul against Wilson.
It's going to be a foul against Wilson.
And they're even less happy about that call.
The fans are just going crazy now on that one. They reversed their change and ruled it on Harrisburg now, so
they seem to be much happier with that.
I think the fans had something to do with that call, as I think they made their voices heard. Second and 8 for the Cougars.
I mean, at this point, the the time on the clock, they're getting it to stop, might actually be more worth it than any kind of penalty they'd receive for this kind of
that penalty's going to push them back pretty far, though. They're going to be all the way back inside their 15-yard line with 3:32 left to play in the third.
Second
They're
and
just
17.
not helping themselves out.
Yeah.
Wilkerson takes a snap, hands it off. Wide receiver dances around a little bit, but does not get very far on that one.
Cowan again on the carry, tackle made.
Just keep trying to run the ball. They're that far behind, and there's no sense of urgency from this offense.
No, I hate to say it, but I think they may have given up at this point. I mean, we'll see if they go for the 4th down here and try to get another first.
Some updates on scores. Manheim Township now only leads Governor Mifflin 21-19. And Central Dauphin East is still leading Dallas Town 35-14, so that looks like the team the Wilson Bulldogs will face here next week.
And I think we can be pretty certain here that Bulldogs are going to...
we beat them earlier in the season, so why not again, especially if they play the way they are tonight.
Oh yeah, the Bulldogs have been unforgiving.
Punt is up. The punt was blocked there, and that forces it, along with the wind, to go out of bounds at the 22-yard line. That's where the Bulldogs will take over.
I don't know if I want to see a 60-point game here.
Good confidence for the Bulldogs going forward.
Oh yeah.
But it doesn't look like the coaches have very good words for Harrisburg in that halftime locker room, because they're just coming out doing the same things they were in the first half.
It looks like very, very poor performance by Harrisburg tonight.
Connor Uhrig ready to take the snap. Hands it off to the running back. Running back takes it up the middle and picks up about a yard or two. That'll bring up a 2nd and 8 for the Bulldogs with 1:30 left to play in the third quarter. Still leading the Cougars 56-0.
2nd and 8.
Central Dauphin is pulled away from Carlisle here, and they're now up 31-14. As Uhrig takes a snap, tosses it out, and is met immediately by the defensive end there for a huge loss.
Definitely a good play there by Harrisburg defense.
Defense will take what they can at this point. With 40 seconds left in this third quarter, this next play with that mercy rule in effect, this could be the last play of the quarter.
And Doug Doms must be happy.
Uhrig takes a snap, hands it off, or fakes a handoff. Either way, they only pick up about a yard or two on the play as the time looks to go out here in the third quarter. That is the end of the third quarter. Wilson leads Harrisburg 56-0 as the teams switch sides to start this last and final quarter.
It looks like we're just going to see the same old story as the last 3 quarters in this one.
You have to think that Wilson now has turned their attention forward the next week.
Yeah, I can't imagine much of Wilson's thinking about this game anymore. I mean, it would be
not a lot went wrong.
Legendary comeback at this point for Harrisburg.
I think at Harrisburg, their goal here is just to score anything they can, just to have some sort of confidence going into the offseason.
Put themselves on the board.
Leading Weiser 35-3.
And the clock has started now for the fourth quarter as Wilson starts 4th down with 9 yards. And it looks like they're gonna...
Wide receiver in motion. Uhrig takes a snap, hands it off to that wide receiver, tries to get the edge and will not get the edge, gets brought down from behind. That's a turnover on downs.
Yep, not surprising that they're not gonna bother with the field goal there. I mean, with such a heavy point lead.
There would have only wasted time.
Exactly. With such a heavy lead, Wilson just tries to go for that 4th down turnover and doesn't manage it. Here we're going to see Harrisburg take over at their own 23.
Bulldogs don't have too much to not be happy about in this one.
Oh yeah, definitely. Although they can't be too confident in their, they can't.
You don't want to be overconfident, that's for sure.
There were a lot of mistakes by Harrisburg tonight. A lot of penalties called in Bulldogs' favor to really give them the edge this game.
Deeper into these playoffs, those mistakes should shorten up. So we'll see what Wilson does to outplay the other teams. Pass is complete to the left side and pushed out of bounds. There's going to be a flag. It's most likely going to be on Wilson's defense for unnecessary roughness. He looked to be already out of bounds when the defender hit him.
The pass was complete.
And it will be a personal foul on Wilson.
The Cougars are going to get a 1st and 10.
Ball is placed at the Bulldog
on the Bulldog 49.
1st and 10, Cougars.
I have to commend the Harrisburg fans out there in the visiting bleachers there for staying this entire game. Even while things were looking bleak, you know, it looks like they're going to stick it out for the rest of the fourth quarter, and I appreciate that kind of devotion.
Quarterback takes a snap, passes it to the middle, and it bounces off the wide receiver's hands. That'll bring up 3rd and 10.
Intended for Austin Mitchell, incomplete. Exeter Township leading Cedar Crest 46-0.
Game much like this one. Exeter's winning 46-0 over Cedar Crest. And Wilkerson takes a snap, passes over to his right to the running back. He's going to gain a few yards. He's out past the 40 to 30. It's a foot race to the end zone, and Harrisburg puts up their first points of the game.
They are going to get a
Nice
touchdown
little
here.
screen pass there for Harrisburg as they score a touchdown.
And an excellent breakaway run there, making
They were able to break through that Wilson defense.
over 40 rushing yards for that touchdown. And that'll be 6 on the board for Harrisburg.
It is now 56-6.
And the clock is at 8:58 as Harrisburg lines up for their kick.
Could this be the start of a comeback?
We'll see.
They only need a touchdown about a little over 1 a minute.
Well, with 2 points, maybe they could do it, you know.
It does appear as though they will be going for the 2-point conversion here. Not sure how much it'll really mean for them. Quarterback takes a snap, throws a fade to the end zone. It's going to be incomplete as it goes out of the wide receiver's hands. It'll be 56-6. Bulldogs on top of the Cougars. A little less than 9 minutes to play here in this final quarter.
And this is going to put the Cougars about 7 touchdowns out of reach of the Bulldogs.
Two-point conversion fails. Bulldogs lead at 56-6.
Well, so what does Harrisburg do now? Well, to start things off, they need an onside kick.
Onside kick, probably.
They need an
7 in a row.
onside kick, score quick, another onside kick, score quick, another onside kick. They just need a lot of things to happen for them right now.
They need a miracle right now. Now, does the mercy rule stop if they get back into point range?
Nope, because they were down 42-0 at one point. The mercy rule continues to go. And they're still down by 50, so that's going to make it rough for them with that mercy rule in place. And they kick a short little squib, so they just give the ball to Wilson. No onside try. Wilson will take it out to about the 40 or the 39-yard line, and that's where they'll start.
Yep, and
That mercy rule in place, they could turn this into their final drive.
I was going to say Wilson doesn't need to do much, but hold on to the ball this game or this drive.
Run for a few first downs, and that should be enough.
Correct that in a second. 9-4-9, 4-5-9.
First and 10 for the Bulldogs from their own 39-yard line.
8 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock, with Bulldogs leading 56-6.
Wide receiver motion. Urick takes a snap, but the play is blown dead.
One more time, our 50-50. Give us a second to get it up on board.
Looks as though it might be on Wilson.
4, 5.
Up, it's going to be a timeout.
Wilson takes a
It's
timeout.
going to be a Wilson timeout. Grayson Klein is now in at quarterback. Now's a good time for all the younger students to get some playing time, some experience for next season.
Yeah, good, especially out on this playoff field. I mean, that's got to feel good for Wilson.
Third string quarterback playing in the playoffs.
Yeah,
it has to feel great.
And still getting points here.
Klein takes a snap. It's a high snap. He just hands it off to a running back. The running back goes. It's past the 50. Makes a move to the inside. And he's pushed out of bounds at what looks to be the 42-yard line. Darius Copeland with that pretty good run there.
Copeland takes it for a Bulldog first down.
Bulldogs will get their first down as the clock ticks down to 7 minutes and 45 seconds.
First and 10 for the Bulldogs from Harrisburg's 42-yard line. As once again, they're in pretty familiar territory.
Yeah, Cougar territory here. Not as close as they like to start or as they started in the first half.
Takes a snap, tosses it over the running back, and he pushes it forward. Still moving, and he's finally blown dead there after what looks to be about a yard or two. Update score on that Mifflin game. Manheim Township is now up 27-19. We have our first final of the playoffs. Lower Dauphin beats Cedar Cliff 22-12. Seven minutes left to play. Bulldogs up 56-6. Klein takes a snap, hands it off to the running back. Running back powers forward for a decent pickup. Should bring up a manageable third down.
Tackle made by Baltimore and Raymond Allen.
And now Wilson will start 3rd and 5 on the Cougar 37. As the clock is just about to hit 6 minutes now.
Klein takes a snap, hands it off to Copeland again. That'll bring up a 4th and short. We'll probably see the Bulldogs go for it here.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see.
Just to waste a little more time.
Yeah, waste time and
really
much safer, you know.
Yeah. They turn the ball over and the time keeps going. It's not a lot to lose on this play.
Definitely Wilson's best option to just go for this first down here. Only 1 yard too. Pretty feasible that Wilson's going to make it. We might even see that QB sneak.
Line up and a single back. Klein takes a snap, tosses it over. Copeland tries to make a move to the inside, but it's stopped well behind the line. It will be a Bulldogs turnover with just over 5 minutes to play.
Copeland pushed back. Cougars take a run down. 1st and 10.
1st and 10 for the Cougars from their own 38-yard line. 5 minutes left to play, trailing Wilson 56-6.
And I think the goal for this this drive is just going to be push it into Bulldog territory one last time here.
Maybe even score again if they're lucky.
Yeah, I hate to say it, doesn't really mean much even if they do manage a touchdown. It's
less than for the seniors on that team. You know they want to score one more time. It's their final game. Wilkerson looks under pressure, and it's going to be taken down for the sack.
Making possibly a 1 yard gain on that.
Bulldogs defense on the stat sheets after this game is going to be really good.
Oh yeah.
They have to have around at least 10 sacks.
More yards pushed back than the Harrisburg offense managed to push forward.
Their final game, Exeter moves on, beating Cedar Crest 46-0.
In a very similar story here.
Exeter's a tough team. They could go pretty far here. takes a snap, looks to throw it deep. It's going to be almost intercepted. That'll bring up 3rd and 10. With 3.5 left to play.
And it looks like it's going to be 3rd and 10 for the Harrisburg Cougars as we near 3 minutes left on the clock here on the 4th quarter. Score is 56-6 Wilson.
Just got word that Weiser lost to Susquehanna Township 42-3.
Wow.
That's a brutal game there for Conrad Weiser.
Looks like there's a lot of rough games out here tonight.
Yeah, a lot of blowouts in this first round of playoffs. Which is something you wouldn't expect to see in the playoffs. It's that pass ball is incomplete. Brings up 4th and 10 for the Cougars.
Cougars go for the helmet.
2:40 left to play.
Does not
have to.
Yeah. I don't know how many other options they really
They
have
have
here.
to score a touchdown like every 20 seconds.
It's a lot of onside kicks.
And it takes about 12 seconds to run down the entire field. 2 minutes left to play here in this one. Cougars are losing to the Bulldogs 56-6.
And even though all we can seem to think about here is how this game has basically been over, the Harrisburg band plays on.
Deep pass down the middle, it's going to be incomplete, and they'll turn the ball over on downs and Wilson will take over. Probably just come out in that victory formation and end the game.
Half on the clock here.
Again, score update here. Looks like they will be playing Central Dauphin East as they're up 35-14 over Dallastown. And that game will be right back here next week.
And Wilson lines up on the offense.
Bulldogs not lined up in that victory formation.
Yeah, no, they seem to
expected
be
to just need the ball.
They're making the line, and there'll be 1 minute left on the clock. Who knows?
Klein takes a snap.
Maybe they'll try
hands it
something
off.
crazy here.
They picked up a few yards, got out to that 35-yard line, and this next play should be the last play of the game.
The clock is not stopping, and it is seconds away here.
Seconds left. Doesn't look as though Wilson's going to take another play. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that's it for this one as Wilson beats up the Harrisburg Cougars 56-6 and will move on to round 2 of the PIAA District 3 playoffs.
And that was just an amazing game out there by Wilson. We saw some phenomenal play by the defense. I mean, I think I saw that offensive line get pushed back just about every play there. I mean, they could not, the Harrisburg could not get a yard in edgewise, you know.
They just really struggled on all sides of the field today. That'll wrap up today's game. I'm Nick Whitwer.
I'm Matt McCloskey.
We'll see you next week here at John Gursky Stadium. Thank you and good night.